But now on to some NFL Twitter beef. Ooh, this time it was Shannon Sharp against DK Metcalf. It all started when Shannon Sharp called out DK Metcalf for trying to be a hero. By instead of doing the right thing and running out of bounds, his actions resulted in a fumble when he tried to be a hero. DK Metcalf then called the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp a little boy and asked him to stop questioning him. For clarity, Shannon Sharp is 53 years old, far from a little boy. Um, but the two went back and forth on Twitter, and at the end of it, DK Metcalf did back off a little bit, saying to Shannon that you are right, and I hope my resume is, can match up with yours. So, Brandon, what do you make of this whole debacle? And I guess whose side are you on?
I'm going to stick with Shannon Sharp. It's a safe bet. Um, I don't know where this came from. His job as a debate talk show host is to bring it, like beef, find imperfections in games, critique players, and I think he's a pretty good one to do it. He's got a pretty decent resume. By the way, DK, just so we're all in understanding. Um, I don't know why DK came back at him. Like, there's no way this guy's never seen a hater before. And Shannon Sharp gave him a bit of critique that was probably meant in some level of sincerity. Like, don't be the hero, just get down, play smart, whatever. Shannon Sharp's been in that situation hundreds of times in far more important games. So it's probably more of a piece of advice than it was you're like you suck. Um, but DK came right back at him, called him a little boy, and saying, from the looks of it, I can wipe my ass with your resume.
Did he?
Not that I want to understand what exactly is going on, but Shannon Sharp is a 4-time All Pro, 8-time Pro Bowl, 3-time Super Bowl champion, most receiving yards in a game by a tight end. I mean, maybe you could call him washed up because if he were to lace up at 53 years old, he probably wouldn't play at the same elite level. But I don't think he's, I think that's pretty normal to not be the same elite person you were in your late 20s as you are at 53.
Tell
Um,
that to Tom Brady.
a rare specimen, potentially an alien. Um, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. DK, step down. Like you are speaking to someone who forged a road for tight ends and changed the way that offenses look at tight ends. You're talking to someone who potentially changed the way football offenses are created, um, and you don't stand a fucking chance. He was way better than you, and you will not have the same resume. Not a chance.
Jen, what do you make of this whole debacle?
I think Shannon Sharp was just speaking the truth, and DK just wanted a little bit of exposure nationally. Um, it's almost like it seems like they kind of planned this out, but not necessarily. DK was in the heats of things, and it can just tell by the judgment of he's a great player, but there's a reason why he was a top round pick that fell into Seahawks lap in the second round. So it just seems like he has a lot of character issues. He kind of reminds me of Dez, like explosive on the field, also explosive in the house, hitting people. I don't think he's got to that stage yet. Allegedly, I gotta say allegedly.
Thank
Um,
you.
but it just seems like he's going to be a good player. He's going to get the bag soon, and Shannon Sharp is there to help him boost up his national appearance.
See, I thought he was coming from a place of trying to help. Like it wasn't necessarily him. Obviously, that he could have done it a better way, but I don't think he meant anything malicious. I definitely don't think he meant to start anything. I think he was just speaking from experience. Like, hey, don't try to be a hero when you don't need to be.
It's like at this point, I feel like some players, and especially in this generation, take any slight, like anything that doesn't agree with them or anyone that's not telling them how great they are as hate. So even if someone tells you, "Hey, duck and go out of bounds, don't try to be a hero because then you could cost your team a game," it's like, no, 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 you're hating on this. Like, but I just I just gave you some advice that could help you win games in the future. Like,
Definitely an issue, but not just for DK, for the
oh yeah,
entire younger generation.
yeah. It's, I mean, we're pretty young guys too, so like I don't know exactly why this shit is happening with our generation, but guys, you need to stop it. Like, just accept criticism. It'll make you better in the long run.